Hello and welcome to
Mead in the USA.
I am the Heathen Chips, and this is my associate, Mr. Gray. We're making 10% traditional meads from 50 states. This week's honey comes to us from
Oregon. We have just honey from the Flying Bee Ranch.
my old man lives out in Oregon. I hear a whole bunch of crazy shit happens out there.
Crazy shit happens everywhere. Some states do have a special kind of crazy, though.
Fair. Their honey game seem on point, though.
It's got a flavor up in the front before it was kind of dissolving. I can't really place it, but then I didn't really care for it as much. But as soon as it dissolved, it really became really good, and it came up in the back with sweetness.
The only way I can describe this is it's kind of like brown sugar if you tasted it like twice as slow. That's the only way I think I can describe that. It's kind of got that flavoring to it, but it feels like it takes forever for that full flavor to come through. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that comes off. All right, so we're back. We're gonna hit up Oregon and see what the after effect is. Huh.
Really sweet, but there was like a note I missed in the beginning of flavor.
And almost like taste buds, kind of like a tumble. It's kind of like okay, sweet, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like hitting a little rope up and tumbling over. Like oh, there's other flavors out here.
There was a
Okay.
flavor, as I said. I tasted a lot of sweetness and it smoothed over, but there was a flavor in the middle. Like it hit you and it was gone, and I couldn't place it. It was too quick.
Oh yeah,
She said.
yeah, that kicks mid drift. I like it though.
It's overall with this one a sweet flavor, like it coats the mouth and so on, feeling the sweetness. But there is flavors underneath that if you could find them.
Mm-hmm.
But it might take a more experienced palate to get there.
Yeah, because all I'm really pulling up is like there's more an in-depth kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to necessarily say sour, but it's on that level. The honey balances it out so it's not quite sour, and it's got a slightly more complex flavor in the background I can't quite place.
Not quite sour, not quite tart, something in between.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of pick up the sour like right there in the beginning, but it's immediately overdrawn by that floral sweetness that kind of coats everything.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the flavor I'm not placing, because it's been a while since I've had flowers to smell. Everything's been dead here.
Welcome to winter in the Midwest.
All right. I'm pretty pleased with it overall still.
Yes.
Decent, solid traditional meat.
Overall, yeah, no complaints. It's good. And as I said, if you have more experienced palate, you might get even more from it.
Cheers.